didn't do our little dance that we usually
Aww.
do. Sorry.
Welcome to Gap
Sesh.
Oh, the cat food. You're kidding.
Every time, without fail.
I'm Marissa.
Oh, I'm Victoria.
We haven't been doing that.
We
but
have
I
not
just
been
felt
doing
like
that.
doing that.
Can you guys tell us by our voices? I'm kind of curious now.
Oh, probably.
I mean, I hope.
If not, sorry.
If
Sorry
not,
about
that sucks. Just kidding. Anyways.
Fun.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
This is our first time recording on a Sunday, I think, and in the daytime.
It's quite peaceful in here.
Yeah.
I know.
It's very nice out here in
Oh yeah, the sun is out.
here in El Michigan.
Michigan is finally getting warmer.
Yes, it is. It's getting,
Thank God.
yeah, thank God. Next week we're gonna get a fat snowstorm.
Are we
Watch.
really?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just saying it's Michigan. You never know.
Jinxed it. Cool. How what'd you do this week?
Oh, you know,
The huge.
the huge. I feel like I'm never here. This, you know, I was doing the dishes this morning and I had like, is epiphany the word?
Mm-hmm.
I had what does epiphany mean exactly?
Like a revelation.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just making
That was
sure.
another big word to explain the other big word. I didn't know. I don't
know.
know.
I know
Okay.
what that means. But
Or revelation. Whatever. Keep
you
going.
know, have you ever had like a word? So epiphany would be a word for me where I'm like, I know what it is because it's solely on context clues.
Yeah, just context.
But sometimes when I'm like,
You don't
I had
know
an
the actual
epiphany, but I was like,
definition.
I just realized I never knew the actual definition of epiphany. Anyways, so when I was doing the dishes this morning, I had an epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know how you like go home for the weekend and then you come back to the apartment and it's like, oh man, I haven't been here in a minute.
Yeah.
I felt like that this morning.
Really?
Because I was gone all day out of the apartment, 1 and 2,
Yeah.
but I haven't gone in, like I've been home this week,
Yeah.
but because I've been like, you know, student teaching and
Yeah.
at work
Just
and at
busy.
school and busy, it literally feels like I went home for a weekend and then came back and
Weird.
saying,
I used to feel like that when I was working my other job because I worked so much. It was horrible.
oh really? I remember that.
I felt so bad because I like never had time to like clean or like do anything, and I was just like a little scrumbly girl walking around here. I wasn't like showering.
Dude, I did not remember that.
Yeah, it was
I
awful.
mean, I remember you worked a lot, but I didn't remember.
Yeah.
I guess that.
And now,
Well, good thing you have a job that you like now.
yes, thankfully. You know, I lucked out with my job now.
Definitely. Oh, our cats look
Yeah.
so scrumbly today. It's like they need a bath or something.
Yeah, their hair is everywhere.
Their hair is like greasy and it's sticking up from side to side, and their hair is like long and in places and short in the others. They literally look insane.
They look like
They literally
I don't
look
even
like
know.
strays.
they do gotta look like strays.
Like we literally just picked them. Like if somebody came into our apartment who's never seen our cats, we'll literally been like, "Oh, did you just pick them off the street?" No, that's just how they look now.
Who are these loose cats?
Oh my! I just can't get over it. Like
They look
Cleo right
crazy.
now looks like a skeleton. I don't. With
They're
patchy
wasting
hair.
away. I think we don't feed them.
We determined this morning that they both look hungover.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true.
That's you guys.
Guys.
Insane. I tried
Get it
brushing.
together.
I tried
For
brushing Minnie
real.
this morning, and she likes it sometimes, and she doesn't like it always. But
Yeah.
you got to get her at the right moment. If she's sleepy,
She's got to be sleepy minners.
yes, that's brush time. Sleepy minutes is brush time. She's also really weird. She likes to eat her hair. And I'm like,
Gross.
that's sick. Like, snack.
That's
I'm like,
sick.
dude. So I have to like, when I'm brushing her, I have to quickly grab the hair and
The
shove
hair
it in
clump.
the bottom of the trash bin so she doesn't eat it.
Ew.
Like, dude, what is wrong with you?
She's going to get a hairball.
She needs therapy.
gosh.
I think Cleo thinks somebody's in the bathroom.
Cleo's looking for her mother.
Oh my gosh, Cleo's licking something mysterious off the ground.
Ew, oh my god. Forget them. Seriously.
Ew, Cleo, that's so sick. Anyways, talk about our nasty cats today.
That's disgusting. Cats are gross. All animals in general are just kind of gross, honestly.
Yeah, they are, kind of. No
Yeah.
offense. Dogs, cats, horses, pigs.
Kate was telling me about, like, someone who, like, put lipstick on their cat's, like, booty hole.
Ew, why?
To, like, see, like, where the lipstick ended up. Because they wanted to know, like, okay, like, what does my cat's booty hole, like, touch in my, like, house? And, like, you can see, like,
Ew.
which I don't know if this is true or not. It's just something Kate told me, but I was like, that's so gross. Like, all the places the booty hole ends up.
Did she say, like, where the lipstick happened? Or,
Yeah, it was, like, on, like, their pillows and, like, on, like, just
Dude,
random
you know what's
spots.
so sick? If I did that to Minnie, I'd wake up with probably lipstick on my face because she rubs her ass in my face every morning. I'm like, I wake up and I literally have to shove her. I'm like, get away from me. I'm like, excuse me. Like, I'm the one sleeping peacefully here and you have to come in and rub your booty on me? Like, go away.
That's how she wakes you up.
That is.
You get a whiff.
Like, dude. It's so rude. Or like, because, you know, I have a little night table by my bed. And so, like, I sleep so peacefully and I turn around and Minnie has this thing where she likes to put half of her front body, so her, like, where her head is, on my nightstand, and the other half just sitting on my bed. So if I, like, roll over and I turn around and I'm eye to eye with the butthole, and I'm like, bro,
Oh, wow.
that is so gross.
She's literally tooting that thing out there for you. And I'm like, look
I
at.
have to, like, tap her butt to, like, get, I'm like,
Get
move.
out. Ew. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen those cats on TikTok that like to get hit? They like love getting like smacked around.
No.
Does Minnie like that?
I think Minnie does. I'll like
She
put my
likes to-
hand
yeah,
in her face
she-
like this, and she'll go, like, she'll go insane for it. But sometimes it doesn't end up well for me because then I end up injured with scratches on me.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Love that for the Minars.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, what's going on?
Minnie is just, she literally looks like a pothole. I'm sorry.
A pothole?
Oh, we're making eye contact.
Like in the road?
Yep.
This is becoming chaotic.
Yeah, this is becoming
I fear.
chaotic. Oh,
that was
chaotic. I feel slap happy even though I shouldn't be.
Oh.
We're making eye contact.
Oh, I see her.
She broke away first. I won that round.
Oh my gosh.
I have a smoothie here for breakfast.
Oh. She's sucking on her smoothie.
It won't come up.
I like that little jar.
Mhm.
It's cute. I should make a smoothie. I might do that when we're done.
Okay.
Anyway,
After we just talked about our nasty
what
cats.
else? I feel like I had something else I wanted to talk about with you, but now I don't remember.
How was your week?
It was good.
I have a request.
Oh, what?
Can we have chicken enchiladas this week for dinner?
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we could do that.
Had to ask. I went and got.
Asking on the pod.
Yeah, I went and got. So you it's there. You can't say no
I
to
was
me.
gonna say it.
Ha
Yeah.
ha.
I have to edit
Anyways.
it back and be like, oh,
Chicken enchiladas. No, I went to like a Mexican restaurant last night with my brother and my cousin and Bailey. I almost was like, "Ooh, I should say her name," but I'm like, "Bro, she was just on this." Anyways, and my brother's roommate. And I got chicken enchiladas and chicken tacos. The chicken tacos actually weren't bad, which was odd considering like the chicken in the chicken enchilada and the chicken taco
probably the same,
Probably
yeah.
the same, yeah. But the chicken enchiladas were actually pretty good. The chicken tacos. But the chicken enchiladas were gross.
really?
So I concluded that I just like Marissa's food better than restaurants.
What kind of sauce were on the enchiladas?
I don't think they had any sauce.
Weird.
It was just
Maybe
cheese,
it
I
was
think.
green sauce because you don't like the green sauce.
Well, I've never had the green sauce.
Oh.
I I like the red sauce though.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know then.
Oh.
Maybe they don't do cream cheese. I don't know. I do like white girl enchiladas. So there's like
Did you say you do cream
and
cheese?
whatever. Mm-hmm.
What?
Cream cheese in them. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I'm revealing my secrets to you. Yeah.
Where do you put the cream cheese?
In the filling.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. But they're good.
Oh, should we have chicken enchiladas or chipotle bowls?
Ooh. I kind of want enchiladas.
Oh, okay, cool. Because
Okay.
I kind of was feeling that too.
Yeah.
Chipotle bowls are so good though.
Those are good.
I'm on like a Mexican food trip right now.
Yeah. A kick.
You know what Bailey said to me yesterday?
What?
Yesterday I said, oh, I really want a cheeseburger. You guys, I'm a disgusting human being.
Oh, no.
But anyways. And she goes, I'm impressed. I was like, why are you impressed? She was like, in high school, that's all you wanted was cheeseburgers.
Aw.
And she was like, you really have opened your horizons.
That's so nice.
I was like, yeah, that's because Marissa makes food and then I just eat it. No matter what it is.
That was my life growing up. You just eat what gets made, and that's it.
The cats are surrounding the cone.
Oh, no. Oh, should we tell the gabbers we have a literal traffic cone in our apartment?
We do have a traffic cone. I am not admitting to this.
Yeah, allegedly. This is all alleged.
Yeah, this is, you know,
No
you
one can
guys
prove
can't
anything.
see our video.
That's right.
Or, you know what I meant. You can't see our apartment.
Yeah.
But we do have a traffic cone that people sign when they get here.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Cute.
Yeah.
Oh. It's decor.
That's a drunk Vic story.
I think we should turn it into something.
I think I was the only one who was 21 at the time when we did that.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, drunk Vic story.
Yeah. Yeah, we were sober and still wanted to steal the cone, so. But yeah, that was fun. I wanted to say that I went to an Oliver Tree concert yesterday.
Oh, yes you did.
That's all. Yeah. That's what I did this week.
Won't lie, I don't know who that is, but
That's okay. I'm sure there's people that do. I was actually shocked by the amount of people that didn't know who he was. I was like, oh, I thought he was more well known, but.
well, I asked
Maybe not.
yesterday at dinner. I asked the whole table. I was like, "Do you guys know who Oliver Tree is?"
Mm-hmm.
And Tyler was like, "Oh yeah, I know."
I just heard
Cleo
that.
just went over there and started punching her. Oh, they're punching.
Oh no. Oh no, they're fighting. The girls are fighting.
You guys, one more thing about our cats.
Wait, what did Tyler say though?
Oh, Tyler was like, "Yeah, I know who Oliver Tree is," and then and that was pretty much it. And I was like, "Well, who is he?" Because I didn't know. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, they're really fighting." And he said, "I don't know who he is either." I was like, "Oh, okay." He was like, "I've just heard of him." I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Isn't he a musician?" He was like, "I don't know." I was like, "Great combo."
Yeah, he's a musician. His whole shtick though is like, he's got like a personality, kind of, if that makes sense. Like he's like, it's like all like staged.
Yeah, I was
you know
gonna
what I
say,
mean? Like I don't know how to
they
describe
kept
it.
naming. I think Keston and Tyler were both like, "Oh, is he like this person, like this person, like this person?" I'm like, "Who are you talking about?" I had an itch on my nose.
He's like got like a interesting stage presence. Like his whole thing is that he's just kind of like weird. But he like makes good music though. So it's,
I gotcha.
It's just fun. It was a lot of fun. Anyway.
Oh, the girls are really tussling over there.
Do they really have to do that right now? Like normally they're like taking cute little naps in their beds, and now they like need to punch each other.
That's one thing about our cats. They are haters, not lovers.
That is so true. You will never catch them like cuddling each other.
No, they used
never.
to. You know what? They used to cuddle when we first moved in, but I don't know what happened with that. Maybe it's because I took Minnie home every weekend.
Maybe. Yeah, you did do that, didn't you?
I did do that when we first moved in.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
Okay. You didn't want to leave her here in our care after we lost her?
No. Oh, that's a story for the gabbers. But no, what I was going to say is when I first moved in here with Minnie, I felt horrible if I like wanted to go home for a weekend and leaving Minnie here.
Oh.
Like it made me feel really, really, really,
just
really
guilty
bad.
about it. Yeah.
Like not leaving Minnie, like I just didn't want to put the Minnie burden on you guys, so it made me feel bad.
Oh.
So I just took her home with me.
We never cared.
But well, now I know. So I'll just go home and leave Minnie here with you. So, but like, you know what I'm saying though? Like I felt bad because at the time we had to feed the cats. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I would just always feel bad leaving Minnie here and having you guys essentially take care of her for a weekend, which was not a big deal, but
Right.
I don't know. Y'all are my new roommates, and fun fact, I didn't really know Marissa and Kate when I moved in. Like I knew them, but not really.
Nope.
Not very well. There's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, we had some interesting altercations, which led to us needing a roommate quick, and which led to us finding Nick.
You know what? We never talked
And getting
about
really
that.
lucky.
Yeah. Our situation now is definitely a good one.
I know. Every
feel
day, like I wonder, like how different things could have been, and
Same.
weird, very weird. But it was fun.
So that's a story.
That is a story. Wait, I want to tell the Minnie falling out the window story.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll get into the topic, guys. I swear.
You'll tell the story because you actually experienced, but I'll just tell them where I was at. So this was like a month or two when we moved in.
We
because
first moved in.
Yeah, because we moved in
like
August 1st, or something like that. Like first week of August, we all moved in, and school was starting at the end of August. So yes, I was already in school, so it was probably like a couple weeks in. So we've only lived together for like a month and a half, maybe. And I was taking this speech class, like this communication class online, and you had like do speeches the whole semester. And I needed to record my speech. And in our apartment, we don't have doors, and our rooms do not connect. So we pretty much
like a loft style.
You can hear everything.
Yes.
So I was a little embarrassed to record my speech in front of these guys. So I asked my aunt if I could go to her work. She works at a school, like she used to work at the school like 10 minutes away from here, and occupy like an office or something to record my speech in. And she said, yeah, that's fine. And I went there for like a couple hours and did my speech and all that good stuff. And I get a phone call from Marissa, and she's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, just doing my speech. And she was like, oh, okay, I'll just let you go. And I was like, oh, no, like, I'm fine. Like, I just recorded it. It's all done. Like, what's going on? And she was like, okay, everything's fine. Don't panic. And I'm like, oh, no. So would you like to tell the story?
Yes. So on that lovely morning, I wish I remember, like, the exact details, but...
I know Kate was leaving to go somewhere.
Yes, Kate was leaving to go somewhere. I was here. It was, like, 10 in the morning, I think, when we, like, woke up. And we were, like, getting around. And we're looking through the apartment, and we're, like... Kate was about to leave, and I was like, wait, like, before you leave, like, I haven't seen Minnie in a while. Like, I was just kind of, like, weirded out by that. So I was like, will you help me, like, look for her real quick?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Like, I know you just said, like, you hadn't seen Minnie in a while, but, like... Because that's such a... I feel like, not an odd thought, but, like, that's so... Like, it just, like... Did you just have, like, a gut feeling?
Yes.
Where you're just, like...
I swear to God, it was mother's intuition. I was like, will you help me look for Minnie? Like, I just haven't seen her. It was very weird. And then... At the time, Minnie, was very, very small when Vic first got her. She was a little teeny baby.
She was so tiny.
She was so small. So, both of them would, like, get into, like, weird places, and, like, we wouldn't be able to find them because they were just small. So I was like, will you help me look for her? Like, I don't know. And so we couldn't find her. And I was like 10 minutes probably. And we were like, what the heck?
This was also in September, and... Yeah. It's still warm out.
It's warm out. The sun is out. And we're, like, looking around, and we're like, oh, my God. Like, at that point, we were leaving our windows open because we didn't want to pay to heat the building or whatever. So we were just leaving all our windows open. And we're like, oh, my God. We look in Kate's room, and her window is, like closed.
Her window was shut, and she went to bed with it open.
Yes, and she's like, I remember going to bed with my window open. So we open the window up, and there's a hole in the screen. And we were
popped
like,
out.
oh my, like we started panicking. We were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We were like, that means like she's outside. Like she got outside. She popped a hole in the screen. So I'm like, I go running. I'm like, okay, I'm like in PJs, no bra, like looking like an absolute fool. I go running outside and we're like walking around so the window just opens up to like our parking lot, basically, like, which it's not like on like a super busy road, but it's like still like pretty busy and there's cars coming in and out. And we were like, oh my God. So we're just like kind of running around outside. I don't think I have shoes on at this point. And I was like, okay, like what do we do? Like we start like calling for her.
We have like a courtyard too that we share with other like tenants in this place. And
it's just like a literal like 10 by 10 patch of grass.
like so we have neighbors that are witnessing the
witnessing me of running around, no bra, no shoes, running around going mini. And like right as like I'm like, okay, like what, like maybe we should like call someone, like what do we do? Like, oh my God, like we just met Vic, like we lost her cat, like this is gonna be so bad and like so heartbreaking. And
all the while I'm not home. Yeah,
Vic's not here. So while like I was like, okay, Kate, like go inside and get like a cat toy and maybe that'll like she's like still around and like the noise will like because it had like a little bell on her. So like right as Kate like is about to go inside to get this cat toy, we hear a meow. And we're like, oh my God, Minnie! And she comes darting out from underneath like little car, like a truck, and she's literally so small, you guys. Like I literally like palm of my hand small, like, and we were like, I start crying. I was like tears running down my eyes, and I was like, oh my God, Minnie! And like eventually like she was like hiding under a car and we like got her and like brought her back inside. But yes, so then after all of that happened, like we safely had Minnie inside. That's when I called Vic and I was like, okay, don't freak out. We got her, everything's okay, but your cat did take an adventure. Yeah. The weird thing was though, we think she was out there for like a couple hours.
Yeah, I think she was, because that, you know, the night before our friend Shree came over and she like, we had a study session and she stayed the night and she left at like 5 a.m.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure I you know, this is a year or two ago. This was a while ago, so like I don't remember exactly, but I feel like I either didn't, like, I don't think I saw her that morning, so I think she was out. I think she was outside from like 5 a.m. to like 10 or 11.
Yeah. But luckily, she was still there. God, it was so crazy when she like came running out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I got the phone call and I was like, oh God, what happened?
Yeah.
And she was like, your cat got out. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And when I used to tell that story to like my family, they're all like, "Oh my God, how did she not die?" I'm like, "You guys,
I don't even know. I won't even lie to
you guys, we literally live on the first floor though. So
like, it's not like if we
lived on the third floor, it'd be an issue. But but yeah,
yep.
Can you just imagine if somebody saw like just a cat fall out of the window? Like
that would be so bad. That would be, oh my God, I'd literally cry.
So we have to get that fixed before we move.
I was gonna say, to this day the window is still broken. We haven't told anyone. We don't know what. We probably should tell someone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's how Minnie. Now Minnie is scarred though. She will not.
I was gonna say that's like the first and only time Minnie's been outside.
Like that's the first time she's touched grass. She's been on a pavement, and you know, Kate has Kate's cat Cleo used to be outside all the time. Like she was an outdoor cat for a minute. Like she was an indoor and an outdoor cat, and so she likes being outside. So she got her like a cat harness and she was gonna like take her on walks and stuff. And Cleo loved it, and I was like, oh, let's try Minnie. Like, let's see how Minnie does. No, she hated it. She crawled down my back, scratched the heck out of me.
Yeah, she was
not a fan. Not a fan.
Absolutely not.
Maybe that's my fault, but I mean, at the same time, don't want her outside, so on her own at least.
Yeah. Once they can like go outside, they'll like want to go outside. You know what I mean?
Right. Anyways, That was a long gab.
That was a long gab. The people need to know about Minnie's sorry past.
Yeah.
We think she might have gotten like remember she had like parasite for a while.
Yeah, because
gotten it when she had her little adventure.
Was really tiny for a very long time. Like she was not growing, and I was like, that's so weird. And we live in. Can I say where we live? We live in Detroit. So
yeah.
I mean, I used to take her because I live an hour north, and I used to take her to the vet like by my house, which I do take her to now because no offense to the vet down here, they're just I feel like they're expensive and they're not. Mm-hmm. They don't truly find anything wrong with your animal. Mm-hmm. Like they're just like, oh, I guessed her treatment.
Yeah, we can try this. Yeah, vets are a scam. Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the vet I take Minnie to now, they're always like, they want to find the root of the problem, and they are also like considerate of the price too. Right. I don't know. I just like the vet at home better. Anyways, so I took her to the vet down here, and whenever you take an animal for the first time to a place, they would like to look at their specimen or
booty
whatever.
Hole? Oh,
No. The thing that comes out of the booty hole.
Oh, yeah.
And so Kate and I take both of our cats there. They both had an appointment. And, she always told me that Cleo did really bad, or she does really bad in the car. Like, she's loud and obnoxious, but she is. Mm-hmm. And, she gets anxiety, and so she poops all over her cage. But, when she was with Minnie, we had them facing each other. They did so well in the car together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so sweet.
Aww.
But, so we took them, we had an appointment together, so we took them together, and, I think they mixed up the poop bags is essentially what happened, because
I think that happened too.
They came back and they told me that Minnie had this parasite within her, and she basically needed to be separated and be given medicine, and and they said Cleo didn't have it. I'm like, but Cleo had every sign and symptom of that parasite.
And Minnie didn't.
Minnie did not have any,
other than being small.
Yeah, other than being small, which I don't even know if that was a symptom, but she must have had it though, because
I was gonna say we had a theory that the parasite was preventing her from getting the right nutrients to grow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, because once you got rid of the parasite, she started growing.
Yeah, she did.
But,
so
she was also getting older.
I'm just assuming, but at the same time though, I think that Cleo also had it, and they just
I think they both had it. Yeah,
I think they definitely both had it, and I think that they didn't test because at the time Cleo was diarrhea-ing. So I don't think that. Sorry guys, I know that's kind of gross, but I don't think there was enough there to even test really. It's kind of sick, but
so sick.
We looked it up, and Cleo had every sign and symptom of it, and Minnie didn't have any. So I was like, how does that work? But either way, they both had to be treated for it anyways because they were sharing a litter box. So whether or not it was fine, but
no, they're fine.
Yeah, they really give me she really does give me a run for my money though. Anyways,
they're expensive animals.
Well,
Cleo for sure.
Yeah, Cleo definitely, but I used to take Minnie Minnie has been to the doctors quite a bit. Now I used to be a helicopter cat mom.
Yeah, she was a helicopter parent.
Not anymore though.
Cool.
Anyway, so a little background on our cat
rant for the day.
Maybe they got the parasite again. That's why they're looking so scrungly these days.
Literally.
I'm kidding.
Nasty girls. So today's topic is a little bit related to Women's History Month in the fact, it's loosely related because it just has to do with women.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about domesticity. Okay. Which is...
This is not where I thought we were going today.
Where did you think we were going today?
I thought we were doing the other one.
The other one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's some that I think will be better with guests, and then there's some that
yeah. It's okay. I'm cool.
Yeah.
That was my foot. Not anything else.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. What?
Oh, I don't know.
My foot rubbed against the bottom of the thing, and it sounded weird.
Oh.
I wonder if I can do it again. Ready? You hear it?
It sounds like a fart.
It's just my foot.
Oh, wow. You have a very talented foot. Yes, so we're talking about domesticity, which is basically like, you know, housework, right? Like it's
Okay.
like women in the home
Uh-huh.
doing the housework.
Okay.
I don't know. That's all my background, but you know,
Cool.
we're going to get into the research that I did a little bit.
All right.
All right. From Wikipedia.
Oh.
The culture of domesticity, often shortened to the cult of domesticity. I don't know if you've ever heard that term.
Nope.
It is okay, well, they also use it like the cult of true womanhood.
Okay.
Use that as well to describe it. It's a term used by historians to describe a prevailing value system among the upper and middle classes during the 19th century in the United States. This value system emphasized new ideas of femininity, the woman's role within the home, and the dynamics of work and family. True women, according to this idea, were supposed to possess 4 cardinal virtues: piety, purity, domesticity, and submissiveness.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. So this idea has like kind of just been around. Like, it's basically just the idea that like women belong in the home and should be doing
Yeah.
all the work.
Understand.
Yeah. So, Barbara Welter came up with, well, she didn't come up, she kind of defined these like 4 values in 1966, even though it had been around for like a lot longer.
What's her name? Barbara Walter?
Barbara Welter.
Oh, Welter.
I know. I thought, whatever. It confused me for a minute. Okay, so piety.
That's a funny word.
It is a funny word. Religion was valued because, unlike intellectual pursuits, it did not take a woman away from her proper sphere, the home, because it controlled women's longings. Cool. Lovely. Purity. Virginity.
Ooh.
A woman's greatest treasure must not be lost until her marriage night, and a married woman had to remain committed only to her husband. Great.
Okay.
Submission. True women were required to be as submissive and obedient as little children because men were regarded as women's superiors by God's appointment. Oh,
Okay.
it's getting juicy now. And then we have domesticity, which is a woman's proper place was in the home, and her role was as a wife, was to create a refuge for her husband and her children, cooking, needlework, making beds,
Needlework.
and tending flowers were considered naturally feminine activities, whereas reading anything other than religious biographies was discouraged. So, like, they can't even read.
What?
How crazy is that, though?
Why?
I don't know. I literally don't know. It's like I think it all stems
Is it because
from like
they
the
think
Bible.
that
I don't.
I'd say, is it because they think like if a woman reads, it'll make her smarter and
Yeah, and then she won't
Be
be submissive anymore, like a child.
Oh my God.
It's just like so like goofy to like hear now because it's
Yeah.
like.
And
it's
this all
just
stemmed
stupid.
when?
It started just like in 19th century.
Oh, okay.
And then she came up with these like little rules in 1966. Yeah, so that's the idea of this like true woman, right?
Right.
Which, whatever. Like it's just so like disappointing to hear.
Yeah.
Like the fact that there's like feminine activities and like it's just like why, like when, like why. According to Barbara, an ideal true woman was frail, too mentally and physically weak to leave her home.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And then in
Are
my
you
notes,
kidding?
in my notes, I wrote "Bestie snapped with this" because as a woman, why should I have to leave my house? Honestly, like she's kind of making points. I'm kidding, obviously, but like, what?
Bestie snapped with this.
She literally said too mentally and physically weak to leave her home. Like, what on earth?
Low key true.
I
But
was gonna say me like wasting in bed all day. Like I have some sort of disease when I'm literally just lazy. Okay. So during the progressive era, the ideal of the new woman emerged as a response to this cult of true womanhood, right? Mm-hmm. So the new woman was associated with the suffrage movement, and she represented...
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the suffrage movement.
The suffrage
Is that so bad? Lord.
Whoops.
I haven't heard that term in a minute. Have you ever seen that movie with Hilary Swank in it?
No.
It's so interesting.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's about the suffrage movement. Oh. I'm pretty sure.
What's it called?
I don't remember. I'm probably thinking. I think it's called the suffrage movement.
Oh, slay!
I'm gonna look it up now so I can tell you. Because I watched it and it's like, I watched it a long time ago though, so like probably in high school. So I kind of don't. I can't remember if it's. I think it's a little, like brutal.
Yeah.
And it's as far as terms of like, you know, what women endured during that time.
Right.
But let me look it up.
Crazy.
But anyways, continue.
Yes, frequently associated with the suffrage movement. It represented an ideal of femininity which was strongly opposed to the values of the cult of true womanhood. With demands expressed in the Declaration of Sentiments written at the Seneca Falls Convention of 1848, women finally gained ratification of a constitutional amendment and the right to vote in 1920. After emancipation, these new women would be identified by as cigarette smoking, lipsticked and rouged, jazz dancing, birth control using types known as modern girls or flappers.
Oh my.
I love the 20s.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fun to me. Which, like, you know, not for a lot of people, obviously. I'm just saying that. But I don't wish we could go back or anything. But,
right.
you know, it's kind of fun, this, like, new movement of, like, flappers and all sorts of stuff like that. Oh, my God, the bag. Oh, my God.
I can't see it.
There's a big black garbage bag. What the heck?
I found it.
Oh, did you find it?
Mm-hmm. It's called Iron Jawed Angels.
Oh.
And it's
fun.
You know,
like
Votes for Women.
Votes for Women.
It was a pretty good movie, I thought.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
Ooh, it's on HBO.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Let's watch it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyways, just, sorry.
Yes.
Not Patrick Dempsey in it.
Oh.
I forgot.
Oh.
I don't remember what he is, but or like what he does in it. She's also in this movie. Sorry, kind of off topic, but she's also in this movie called Free Riders. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Mm-mm. But it's about this new teacher, and she goes into this like, you know, low. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's like a, you know, pretty much like a poor school.
Like a low-income school?
Yeah, like a low... Yeah, I was going to say low-income school, sure. But I was like, is that the right term for that? Anyways, but...
Like a public school.
Yeah, but, like, you know, the students, they were all, you know, part of, like, gangs and, you know, their family was, so they were, like, you know, in that spotlight type thing. Yeah. And and everyone was like, they're not going to graduate, like, they're all dumb, basically. All the, like, the faculty there was like, there's no point in teaching them, like, they're not going to, you know, pass, and they're not going to graduate and all this other stuff. And it's a true story.
Oh, my gosh.
And, you know, she's a new teacher. She comes into, it's like, she's teaching 9th grade, and she has all these expectations and all these, like, you know, glorified thoughts, and where she's like, I'm going to be, you know, it's my first year, I'm going to do great, like, my students are going to love me, and I'm going to teach them, they're going to learn, and, you know, all this stuff. But she went into it not, you know, obviously she figured out, okay, this is what this is, but she's like, I'm not going to give up on these kids, because, you know, they need somebody in their life, a stable person, and she put all of her work and energy into it. And you know, she bought her class, like, her classroom didn't even have books, I don't think. So she bought them books, like, with her own money and all this other stuff. And anyways, it's a good movie.
Wow. Fun.
Liked it. And after I watched it, I was like, man, I want to be her.
Yeah, you were like, wow, I want to be a teacher right now. That's crazy. So we have these flappers in the 1920s.
The flappers.
The flappers. Okay, so the Second World War brought about a restructuring of the labor market as women stepped into the war effort on the home front. In the era after the Second World War, Many of the ideas of the cult of domesticity were stressed again as American society sought to integrate veterans and emphasize the revival of family life. So once the troops came home, men were encouraged to embrace family life and enter companionship marriages. And veterans returned home to be the head of the family, and women who had been involved in high-paying and high-skilled wartime jobs were pushed back into the home. So the remaking of private life was very central to this era. And anti-communist sentiments structured much of the American life, emphasizing the free enterprise system, which brought about a period of economic prosperity and consumer culture. Boom.
Whoa.
So yeah, after World War II, obviously, when all like women were doing the jobs that men like couldn't because they were in the war. So then once that ended and the guys came back, they like pushed the women back into the home and were like,
oh my goodness,
go back to your chores.
Yeah, go back to
not reading.
Go back to your mentally ill house.
Yeah. Wasting.
Yeah. Decrepit.
Yes. So that's when we kind of see that like resurgence of that idea, basically, and sort of the concept of the nuclear family, where we get like the men and women and all those kind of roles that we know about today. So yeah, it's been around forever, I guess, is kind of the moral of that story. Yeah, so I was looking at this New York Times article. It's called The Household Work Men and Women Do and Why. And then it has, the author is Francesca Donner, and she spoke with a New York Times correspondent and gender scholar. Her name is Claire Kane Miller. So, men, while they're more likely than ever to embrace the idea of gender equality, are still slackers when it comes to household work, according to a new Gallup poll. Multiple surveys and studies have documented men's changing attitudes towards women in recent years. There is almost universal support for women to pursue careers in political office, and attitudes have become far more accepting around gender identity. But when it comes to the home front, the traditional values dominate. Nearly 1/4 of high school seniors, when asked about the ideal at-home arrangement, favored a setup where dad works full-time for pay and mom stays home for free. So, in the U.S., women spend about 4 hours a day on unpaid work, compared to about 2.5 hours for men. And a new survey found that younger opposite-sex couples are no more likely to divide home chores equitably than older couples.
What?
Interesting, right? So it's like... even though like we feel like these attitudes about women and work and all that stuff are changing, they're really not changing as far as housework goes. Cooking, cleaning, you name it. I just found that really like... The sun is right in my face. I just found that really interesting.
Yeah.
Which I would like to stress too, that this like chores and all that, like that is work. Like,
yeah,
that is not easy work. Like,
no, it's not.
No one wants to do that. So, if you're a guy out there, know that.
Do the laundry.
Yeah, do the work. Okay, it's not easy.
No, it's not. I mean,
I feel like moms are not valued enough.
No, they're not. And also, like, do you know how many moms there are out there that go to work full time, come home and still have to do all
everything,
those chores, like
exactly,
wash the dishes, do the laundry, feed the kids, give them a bath.
Right.
Shout out to my mom.
Literally. Yeah. In a survey by Gallup, almost half of respondents said that they split daily childcare equally. One reason is that intensive parenting has become the norm, where people value spending as much time as possible engaging with their children. Dishes and laundry just aren't as fulfilling, and men might not think the payoff is as great. There's also a lot of societal pressure on women to have a clean house, and the expectation is different for men. And no, it's not that women see mess and men don't, because that's been disproved by studies. So, it's not that men just don't see it. It's just that the pressure from society is so much different.
You know what? I have a thought.
What's your thought?
This is something that I feel like I've noticed, and I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I probably am wrong, but I feel like, when a man and a woman when they get married,
Mm-hmm.
the woman, like, the wife or whatever, feels pressured to have, their house be super clean and super, put together, especially when their mother-in-law comes.
Yes.
Especially if their mother-in-law is only a boy mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So ladies, if you get together with a man and he only has a brother, run.
Boy moms are crazy.
Boy moms moms who just have sons and they don't have any daughters, because you have to remember they don't get to experience the daughter aspect of putting together a wedding and birth of the grandchild type thing. So I don't know. It's a different dynamic, and that's
I read a crazy article in one of my classes. It was about it was specifically the Mexican family dynamic, but it was talking about how moms value their sons more than their daughters, and it's a way for them to almost experience privilege through their son more than you can through a daughter, if that makes sense. It was I don't remember the exact take, but it was something like that, and I was like, wow, my mind was blown a little bit.
Wow.
But boy moms, crazy. Another study looked at various tasks and how they affected people's satisfaction with their relationship. For women, it was all about dishwashing. If that task was shared, they were happier, and if they did all the dishes, they were discontent. Men were happiest when they shared errands, and least happy when they did more cleaning and laundry than their partner. So it's it all makes sense. Just split it equally, and both of you will be happy. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
What do you do when you're in that situation where you wouldn't want your man to clean because they just don't do it right?
You know what? That's another thing too.
That's because that's gonna be me.
No, you're right. And it's called I heard someone described it on I think it was either TikTok or it was Twitter or something as weaponized incontinence or something like that.
Incompetence?
Wow. Not incontinence. That's not the right word. No, yes. They described it as weaponized incompetence, where it's this idea of oh, I don't know how to do it, so I can't do it. When it's you're a fully adult person, figure it out.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's
right.
And you can be taught how to do these things if you weren't ever taught. So it's I don't know.
Yeah, it's something you can definitely figure out.
For sure. It was specifically a TikTok of this girl who made a grocery list and was going to send her husband to the grocery store, and she wrote the exact brand and the exact price, and then printed little pictures of the item and put them on this grocery list so that her husband knew exactly what to get. I was
my gosh, that's babying him.
Exactly. So it's weaponized incompetence. The idea that
that's crazy though, because
he's completely unable to go to the grocery store. What on earth are you doing?
Okay, I can understand the brand thing though.
Yeah.
Because there's certain things you like versus something else.
Sure.
But I wouldn't, who has the time for that? I could never print out with pictures and prices, because I don't even know the effing prices. Are you kidding?
I was mind blown. Plus it's also he lives in the house too, and he knows what types of food and brands of food that they usually get. You know what I mean? When you see it in the store, you're oh yeah, that's the brand we usually get.
There's also, I feel there's also
so that means he's also probably not cooking or anything either, because he's not familiar with the brands they get. Just so weird.
I also feel in a way that's not, I wouldn't say controlling, because you know what I'm saying, but at that point it's take him to the grocery store with you and maybe give him a first round, and then set him on your own. Set him on your own. You know what I'm saying?
Set him on his own.
But in a way, though, I kind of understand it though, because I'm definitely a person who likes to clean a certain way, or like, or at least I have a certain process, and
Yeah.
I don't like when my process is disrupted. If
Yeah.
if I'm cleaning, like if I start the process, don't come in and finish it halfway. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And do it wrong. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
if you
that's
wanna,
fair.
Like, if you want to start the cleaning, your own cleaning process in a way, that's totally fine. But like,
Yeah.
if you come in and
But like, if you're doing it every single time, like, you just get so tired. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know.
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I use cleaning
Even-
as a way
yeah.
to like de-stress too. So I don't know. It's therapeutic to me.
Fair. That's fair.
But anyways, I was just curious.
Yeah. So, yeah, one may ask, are male chores more desirable? The chores that
no.
the chores that men do are usually outdoors, like car upkeep, yard work. Chores women do are more indoors, cleaning, cooking. There's a big reason why they're more desirable, and that's because those chores only happen weekly or even less often, like monthly. And the ones that women do happen every day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
Sometimes
sure.
several times a day. So, yeah, sure, they're more desirable, but it's like you're doing them once a month. You know, what I
what's
mean?
crazy though? This is something I want to ask you because I want to know now. When you were growing up, did you do like? Because you have a brother, I have a brother. You know, we both have siblings we grew up with. So like, did you guys? I know your parents gave you chores. They did, right? Like, did you do stuff around the house?
Not really. Yes. Yeah.
Like, you didn't do the dishes sometimes, or you didn't like
Yeah.
fold your laundry
Yeah,
from time
for
to time.
sure. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not like huge things, but and like did Nate have to take out the trash? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But like my mom, because you know I pretty much grew up in just. I mean, I have a mom and dad obviously, but like I grew up with my mom. My mom made me and my brother do both of those things. Then my brother had to do the dishes and the laundry. I had to take out. I actually didn't take out the trash. I think that was just me and Keston like take out the trash and I'll do this like type thing because I just didn't like doing it.
Right.
But and definitely as we got older, he definitely did like the lawn stuff. But I also did the lawn stuff too. I actually did it for my grandparents, but
Sure.
type thing. So I was just curious, like.
I don't think, I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen my brother do a dish. Like, I'm not even joking. It's so messed up.
I was just curious.
I was going to say, it's not like, we, like, didn't have, like, a list of chores. I know some families do, like, chore lists, but I mean, I don't know. I just kind of helped out wherever. Like, if someone asked me to do something, like, obviously, like, my mom was like, will you please do the laundry? I'm like, yeah, of course. But
Well, we never had like a chore list either, but like my mom would tell us like, okay, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. And I was also one of those kids saw my mom pulling into the driveway. I'm like,
oh no,
I gotta run.
Did you ever forget to pull the like frozen thing out of the freezer and then you're like, oh my god,
I'm like, I'm gonna get my butt whipped, bro.
Literally. Oh, and those were the days. They were like, will you pull the chicken out of the freezer? I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Forgets. And then they pull it in. You're like, oh crap.
Hot water. Hot water. Anyways, yeah, no, totally.
Oh, that's funny.
It's definitely interesting, but like I can mow a lawn. Probably need a few minutes to figure it out, but
sure.
Haven't done it in years, but I can do it.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Anyways.
Yes. So when asked if things were ever going to change, Miller says, it seems to me that it will change when it's not just women who want it to change. Men will have to step up at the home. Policymakers could ease work-family struggles with ideas like paid family leave or public preschool. Employers could stop expecting people, especially men, to work at all hours. There's also smaller changes that could make a difference, like parents giving their sons as many chores as their daughters, or schools and pediatricians' offices who need to reach families calling fathers and not just mothers.
Wow.
There we go. That's how we change, guys. That
is so crazy to me because I feel like I just was talking about this or thinking about this the other day when, you know, if Because, like, I can think of a few men who wouldn't even think to call the doctor to make an appointment for their kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I can
Wouldn't
literally
know the first thing about it.
Probably
Yeah.
have a few on my on my hand right
Yeah.
now. So it's just very interesting to me that, you know, something that little, you know, like
Right.
something that little is such a big deal at the same time. Crazy.
Crazy. Men, step it up.
Yeah,
For real.
seriously. Seriously.
Buck up, guy.
Buck it up, man. I'm just kidding. There are some men in there that are definitely
Oh, of course.
helpful, but not all men though. We gotta step it up for us.
Shut up.
For, you know, if you're helping bring offspring into this world, come on now.
I was gonna say, especially like if you want kids, like you need to do as much work. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like it's like that little child is half of you. You know what I mean? Like you gave your 50%, and
Yeah,
so
definitely.
you need to give your 50% of the work at least. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's also though, like,
It's different
if
too.
you
Like
if you have a father that's like, I just have such a disagreeing thing with the whole the father needs to work and the mother needs to stay at home. Like, not because I mean, if that's what works for you, then do it. Because sometimes that is what needs to happen essentially for a family. Like, not
Sure.
because the woman needs to stay home and stuff like that, but like that's just what it works out best for their
Sure.
family, and so that's fine and it's whatever. But
and there are some stay-at-home dads out there too.
there are some
so-
stay-at-home dads out there, definitely. But, you know, for a child though, like, just the standards that we live these days, like, are just insane, because a child needs their mom and dad. They can't have, you know,
Right.
you can't come home and have the mother be the only parent consistent in the child's life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the child is dependent on the mom, and the child recognizes that. I'm just like, come on, like, you know, growing up, you know, if your child's gonna grow up like knowing the mother more than the father, like, that's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know. There's so much influence a father can have on their child
For sure.
as well as a mother.
For sure.
And I feel like, you know,
Yep.
can't be getting just one perspective versus the other. I don't know.
Yeah. Agreed.
Trying to word it the way I want to.
My last little thing is, so in one of my classes I read this article by Alex Cates Shulman. It was written in 1970. It's called A Marriage Agreement. I don't think, no, I was going to say, was this the class that we shared? But no, it wasn't. It's a different one. So basically, it's this little article that came out in 1970. I already said that. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I do think it's kind of an interesting read. We can link it if you want. It's only like 4 pages, not even. So basically the premise is that, you know, this, you know, couple got married and they were living in this little apartment. And, you know, they were just living together and they were doing all their chores and whatever and getting it done and splitting it and, you know, kind of just living spontaneously. And then they had a kid, so they ended up having to move to a bigger apartment. And basically, like, whoa,
What was that?
was that in the hallway?
Sounded like someone said, Vic.
We have fans.
Sorry, I'll call a text message.
I'll go a text. So I'm just gonna start reading from like right here. Okay. They ended up having 2 kids. I lied. Not 1, 2.
Excuse me.
As the children grew up, our domestic arrangement seemed increasingly odious to me. I took freelance work to do at home in order to keep some contact with the world, but I had to squeeze it into my free time. My husband, I felt, could always change his job if the pressure was too great, but I could never change mine. When I finally began to see my situation from a woman's liberation point of view, I realized that the only way we could possibly survive as a family, which is what we wanted to do, was to throw out the old sex roles we had been living with and start again. Wishing to be more equal and independent as we had when we had met, we decided to make an agreement in which we could define our roles our own way. We wanted to share completely the responsibility of caring for our household and for raising our children. By then, 5 and 7. We recognized that after a decade of following the traditional sex roles, we would have to be extremely vigilant and wary of backsliding into our old domestic habits. If it was my husband's night to take care of the children, I would have to be careful not to check up on how he was managing. If the babysitter didn't show up for him, it would be his problem. When our agreement was merely verbal, it didn't work. Our old habits were too firmly established, so we made a formal agreement instead, based on a detailed schedule of family duties and assignments. Eventually, as the old roles and habits were replaced, we may be able to abandon the formality of our arrangement, but now the formality is imperative. Good intentions are simply not enough. Our agreement is designed for our particular situation only, in which my husband works all day at a job of his choice and I work at home on a freelance basis during the hours the children are in school from 8:30 to 3. If my husband or I should change jobs, income, or working hours, we would probably have to adjust our agreement to the altered circumstances. Now, as my husband makes much more money than I do, he pays for most of our expenses. So basically, like, they made a written arrangement, and they described their roles, and I don't know, like, and it saved their marriage. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like when you're like stuck doing like all the work and all, like, you just feel so like.
Did we discuss this article already?
I don't know.
I think we
We
did.
might have. I mean, I've talked about it.
It was
loosely.
very briefly, because I feel like you mentioned that you remember reading an article where their marriage was saved basically on
Right.
them communicating.
Literally, yeah, they literally sat down together and made this written schedule with these written rules. And it's very detailed. So if anyone wants to like model after this, like, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's like, and it is from the 1970s. So, you know, keep that in mind. Things are like kind of evolved since then, you know what I mean? With technology and everything. So,
Right.
But yeah. And then I really like the ending of the article.
I should have my grandma read that, because
Yeah.
my grandma and my papa basically got married, like, you know, they had my mom in 1977, so they probably got married. I don't know. Sorry, grandma, if you're listening. I don't know when you got married.
Sorry, grandma.
But around that time, so.
Right. I know. And like my mom has like disclosed with me the fact that like she feels like she's stuck doing all the housework, and it's like, you know, Mom, if you're listening, I implore you to read this and sit down maybe with Dad and my brother and, you know, share some of the burden.
I would say my mom definitely. My parents were married for, I don't even know how long, but I don't really remember my parents being together really, so I can't speak for my mom and my dad type thing, but I can speak for my mother's current situation. And she does all the work, so
Yeah. So, ladies,
read the article.
read the article. You will not regret it. The very like last little sentence of the article is, after only 4 months of strictly following our agreement, our daughter said one day to my husband, "You know, Daddy, I used to love Mommy more than you, but now I love you both the same."
Oh my gosh!
I screamed when I read that. I was like, "What?" But now she loves them both the same.
Oh, good.
Isn't that sweet? Kids are so funny. Like, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
She said, "You know, I used to love Mom more."
If your kid says that to you, you know you need that change, man.
You know you need to change. But
that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I mean, I know this doesn't apply to all situations where there's children, but I'm just like, a child needs
both parents.
I'm not saying they need a mom and a dad, but you know, if a child has the opportunity to have both parents in the picture, be there for your child. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you can ever be in this world knowing you have a child and not take care of your child. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even, I'm not even talking about, I guess that was more of a case where, you know, a dad or a mom, I guess, whatever, you know, leaves that situation. But I just couldn't imagine. Just can't.
Yep.
I mean, there are some successful single mothers out there and single fathers, I'm sure. But, you know,
Yeah.
if you have the opportunity to know your parents, like, you're just take it. I mean, do it.
Right. Yeah.
Don't come tell me I'm going to stress that more than ever. Anyways.
Yeah. And obviously, like, the dynamic is different for non-heterosexual relationships.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, probably similar in some senses. But, yeah, I would just say, you know, split half and half.
Yeah, seriously. And don't... Never mind. I'm getting too into it now.
You're getting heated.
I'm just like, don't use your child as a bargaining thing. Do you know what I'm saying? 'Cause there are people out there who use their child as, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, oh, if you don't bring this back to me, you can't see your kid. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
If I don't know.
Like, yeah.
If at that point you're adults, like, don't, you know, you guys had the sense to have a child together.
Right.
If you're gonna break up, you know, that child has the right to see both their parents.
For sure.
No matter who, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? As long as they're not, you know, abusive or anything, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry. That was a little, I guess maybe a little off topic, but
No, it's okay. That was the Cult of Domesticity.
interesting.
Ooh.
I mean,
Interesting, right?
stuff that,
Just these old-timey values that we're stuck with and we'll never get out of and nothing's ever going to change. I'm very optimistic.
really? I mean,
Things will change, I think.
I think I know one relationship where two people make it work in a way, like not one gender role. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, when you say like when you're married and you know the mother has certain chores that they do and the father has certain chores that they do. But like really, ladies, who wants to go out and mow the lawn? Like
Ladies, that's what I'm saying. Like Bessie snapped and she said like stay and waste in the house. Like
I'm just saying though, like
I like she's a queen for that. I was like, you know what?
There
You're
are
right.
some chores where I will genuinely, if I ever have a man, please go do, because I will not. I do
That's
not
like-
want to do them.
yes.
I'd much rather do the laundry and the freaking dishes. But you know,
You know what? Yeah, we're talking about women's rights. Let's talk about women's wrongs. And I saw that in a tweet and I was like, oh my God. But one of those wrongs is I will use my femininely privileges to
get out of doing the lawn. Get out of doing man's work.
Exactly. That's exactly right. As I should.
I mean,
unless things change. Unless you know what? If someone was like, whatever, things are gonna
I
change.
can go out there and do a hot girl lawn mow.
I think
but just don't feel like
you know, men owe it to us. You know what? This is reparations for like the wage gap. They can mow the lawn.
Yeah.
That's a whole episode in itself. But
I'm just thinking, like, honestly,
my gosh,
gladly we'll do that. But not saying I can't do it, but don't want to.
but I'm good.
There's that whole, you know, for example, if my brother and I were helping somebody move, you lift the heavy
You know what?
stuff.
Yeah, you lift the heavy crap. Yeah,
I just don't want to. I can do it. I'm just not interested.
just don't want to.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Take you a lot less time than me though. So
Yeah, I'm just a weak, frail little woman. I can't leave my house. I can't lift this heavy thing.
oh my goodness.
All right. Well, that's all I have for you today
Nice.
on this lovely Sunday. The sun is so bright in my face right now.
It's Sunday.
Oh,
It's the sun's day.
that's the sun's day. It's a Sunday. Cool.
Do we have, I don't know.
Oh, follow us. Oh,
Follow us.
follow us. Gab/pod. Send us an email.
Sing to us.
Oh, yeah.
Sing to me, Paolo. That's what just came into my mind.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I like it.
Thanks.
Cool.
But y'all know the drill.
You'll know the drill. All right. Love you, Gabbers.
See you, Gabbette.
Bye.